Hello, I'm Rachel Mathews from Successful Garden Design, and I've been an international professional garden designer for over 25 years. And in this quick video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what's in our fast-track professional level garden design course, The Great Garden Formula. Now, if you're wondering what makes this course fast-track, it's because I've condensed over 10 years of learning into a course that can be completed in under a month. Now, that might sound quite impossible that you can get to an advanced professional level in such a short amount of time. And the reason that's possible is because I teach garden design in a very different way to colleges and books. They tend to focus on teaching you theory. And the problem with that is that if you just learn theory, there's an awful lot of figuring out that you have to do for yourself. Whereas this formula is a step-by-step how-to for any size, shape or style of garden. So let me now show you exactly what's in the course.
So you start out with the How to Survey Your Garden course, and it's absolutely vital to survey a garden correctly, otherwise you're not going to be able to design it accurately. So this course is a mini course, and it's broken down into a PDF with all the instructions that you will need in order to be able to successfully design a garden and all the equipment that you'll need. And this is clearly explained throughout the PDF exactly what to do. And also included along with the PDF is a series of video tutorials that show you exactly what you need to do to be able to not only measure but also draw up your base plan to scale, which again is vital. So once you've measured and surveyed a garden, you then need to work out what to go in it. And we've got some software called the Garden Style Wizard, which walks you through a series of photographs, and then you just click on whichever garden you like the most, and at the end of it, it will give you a score. And once you've got your score, you then go through the garden style guide, and that will tell you exactly how you can create each style of garden based upon your score, with what materials to use, etc. Then we go on to the Great Garden Formula itself. So there's a quick start video tutorial series that will get you understanding design immediately right from the get-go. And then once you've done that, then go on to the design course modules. Now there's 7 main modules which cover everything you need to know step by step. There's a series of video tutorials that go through everything that you'll learn in this module. Now we've also included different shape gardens as well as the overall module. And here's where you'll learn to design different size and shape gardens with different formulas for each of the main shapes, as well as cheat sheets to help you incorporate the shapes into gardens. So with the access to the bonus modules as well, you'll have access to around 100 garden design plans. So these modules go very in depth, and they'll cover everything you need to know in order to be able to successfully design a garden. And then once you've gone through the written modules, then go through the bonus videos, and these will help cement what you've learned in the main written modules. And if you need additional inspiration, there's lots of picture galleries. And it took me months to create these from looking at work of designers from all over the world. Then in the extras section, we've got plan reviews and coaching calls. Now the plan reviews are very helpful because this is where I go over students' work and critique the designs that they've done, and sometimes professional designers as well. So you really get to learn a lot more by seeing some of the things that other people have done. And then to really hone your skills, we have the masterclasses. So the masterclasses are designed to get you to a really high professional advanced level. And there's covers everything from how to avoid design disasters to changes in level, which can really stump people when they first start out. So that's a brief overview of what's in the Great Garden Formula, but it also comes with the 5-minute plant expert. Now this teaches you how to become a plant whisperer. There's a PDF guide which shows you how to know what conditions plants like just by looking at their leaves. And there's also a series of videos that also go into this further. So you don't need to know a single Latin plant name in order to be able to understand what plants grow where. And there's also the plan drawing and cheats guide to sketching, because it's very useful if you're not using software just to have an idea of how to do sketches. But for those of you that are planning on designing and drawing up your plans, there's the plan drawing formula, which shows you how to ink up plans by hand, which is sadly is a dying art, but we found that customers really appreciate getting a hand-drawn plan. And for those of you that can't draw, like myself, there's also the cheat guide to drawing and sketching. And this shows you some cunning little cheats that will enable you to design and draw like a professional. And there's also videos on how to colour in plans using Photoshop. So as you can see, the Great Garden Formula is a big course, but for those of you that are going to go on to do professional garden design, it's one thing to be able to design like a pro, but you also need to be able to run your business. So there's 3 main modules in the Pro Designer Formula. The first one focuses on how to get clients. So we take a look at 1, attracting the right people, how to stand out from the crowd, how to brand your business, how to do websites, and we cover that quite in depth, as you can see, and then finally how to do advertising. So that's everything that's involved in the client getting. The next part is very important, working with clients and contractors. As the designer, you are the bridge between the two. So we look at first contact, how to get things right when clients call, the very important first meeting, what to say and what not to say, how to successfully present your plans to the clients, and then finally how to work successfully with contractors. And then in the third and final module, we look at how you can maximize your profits with additional tips and ideas. So as you can see, there's a great deal of value packed into this course, and that's on just the fundamental level. Now in a moment, I will show you some examples of what students have been able to achieve doing the Great Garden Formula. But before I do that, I just want to quickly show you the difference in courses that you can get. There's the diploma version as well as the fundamental. Now we've just covered everything that's in the basic course, but the professional version includes our in-house successful garden design diploma. Now this isn't a college diploma, it's a successful garden design, and the reason being is people for years have asked me about getting a qualification. So I looked into getting an accredited qualification, but the trouble is I would then have to teach garden design just like the colleges, and it'd be theory based and not this fast track formula. So in the end I decided the best thing was to set our own standards and have it at a much higher level, and also then I can teach people the fast track method. So the diploma course consists of 8 main gardens, and these gardens are from all over the world in different sizes, shapes. Some have slopes and different changes in level. And the idea with this is that it's not just about getting a piece of paper with a qualification. What I want to do is get you real life examples so you've got real experience under your belt. So when you do start designing gardens professionally, you've already got masses of experience so that you're way ahead of the people that have just done a traditional college course. So the way this works is I will give you feedback once you've submitted your design on the first 5 design projects. So you'll watch the video of me talking you through what needs to be done, then you'll download the client brief and the base plan. So you'll send me in your design in whatever format you want. It can be on a computer program, or it can be just a pencil sketch, and then I'll give you some feedback on just how you can improve upon the designs you've come up with. And then by the time you've finished all of these gardens, you will have some really good work for your portfolio, which again gets you further ahead. So the feedback you'll get from me, if you were just to buy a plan review, which are £249 each, is the equivalent of having over £1,700 worth of my time if you purchase this separately. But that's not all. You'll also get a business listing on the Successful Garden Design website for all students that pass, and also access to the Plant Design Formula course. So whereas the Plant Expert showed you how to know which plants grow where, the Plant Design Formula shows you how to put plants together in combination to create stunning planting schemes. And again, this is quite a in-depth course, so there's 5 main modules along with a series of video tutorials and bonus planting combination guides, photo galleries, and also also a spreadsheet database which gives you access to over 400 plants that you can arrange. So that will enable you to find specific plants. So say if you wanted an evergreen with blue flowers, for example, you can just put that into the search criteria. And there's a video tutorial teaching you how to do that, as well as video tutorials on how to create different styles of planting. So if you do the professional diploma version of the course, obviously this is going to take you a lot longer than a month. So we recommend you take about a month to learn the main tutorials of how to design and plant. There's approximately 40 hours worth of tuition in the course. And then when you go over to the diploma gardens to design, then you're probably looking at an absolute minimum of 8 weeks, but I would say allow at least 12 to give me time to give you feedback and for you to make adjustments. So that's probably the quickest you can go through the entire process. But there are no deadlines as to how long it takes you to do the diploma aspect of it. So it's entirely down to you and your schedule as to how long you take to do the course. So you can submit your work to me as and when you're ready. But I do recommend that you try and do it within a year so that all the learning is fresh in your mind. But whichever version of the course you do, they're guaranteed to get you to a really high design level. And I'll show you some of the student work that have gone through the course in just a moment. And you can always start out with the fundamental level and then go on to upgrade to the diploma version at a later date if you wish. And there are also monthly payment options available as well. So now we're going to take a look at some of our Great Garden Formula students' work. And all of the work I'm going to show you is from students that have had no previous garden design experience whatsoever before doing the course. And here's a selection of designs that they've been able to come up with. So this is Sander's garden and he's in Holland. Now I should just point out that although he has done this on a software system, we don't actually teach software because I feel there's such a big learning curve with any form of software. It's actually detrimental to your learning of design. But for those people that already have those skills, it's a great visual aid. And you can see he's created a gorgeous garden here. And here's some more designs he did. This was Sam's garden. You might have seen her featured on the Successful Garden Design Show. You can see a very boring garden to begin with, and then this is after her design. She did the Great Garden Formula course and the plant design formula, and this is the results sort of a year or so later. So it shows these do work, and Sam had no previous design experience. And this is what she's been able to produce. And this is another Great Garden Formula student, Wolfgang. He'd had no previous design experience. As you can see, he's in the process of building his garden and has done a great job with that design. And this is Ingrid's garden, how she started out with it, with basically a blank canvas. And she was 68 when she started this garden. And our design course, she also did the Great Garden Formula. And here's how it's turned out a few years later. As you can see, she's done a great job. So it just goes to show you people with no design experience whatsoever can get to a professional level when they follow the formula that we set out in all our courses. So we know the formulas that we teach here at Successful Garden Design work, that it can take complete amateurs up to a professional level. So I do hope this has answered any questions you have about doing the course, but if it hasn't, just scroll to the bottom of this page and there's a frequently asked questions section, and if your questions aren't answered here, then just drop me an email by clicking on this link. And there's also customer feedback so you can read about other students' experiences. So I look forward to seeing you in the members area soon. Take care.